Welcome back. This is Addicted to Knives. Thank you for joining me. We have a little fast 4, I guess you can call it. I know everybody else kind of calls it that. Little overview of a couple of knives here. To start off, we have the QSP Odyssey, I think. Yeah, Odyssey. This thing is heavy. This thing is super heavy. Let me actually double check to see if this is the right thing. That is not for that one. Yeah, that's got to be the Odyssey. So we got the QSP Odyssey. It's 14C, 28N, with, I'm pretty sure these are brass scales. I do like the milling pattern. I mean, this is pretty sick. It's, I almost dropped it there, but if my camera will actually focus, I don't know what is going on with it. So there we go. Yeah, it's got this pretty sick milling pattern right here. I love how it's like darker. It's like patinaed. Like, I guess it's like a forced patina on the inside of like the checkered. And it doesn't give you as much grip. I mean, it does somewhat, but not as much. I didn't really carry it too much, but the pocket clip works well. Especially, I mean, wire clips, you really can't go wrong with them. It is sticking out on the bottom, as you can tell. Sorry, I have an itch on my hand. It is sticking out, as you can tell. It's got this is a little strange, a Micarta backspacer. I mean, I guess it's not too strange, but it's just, I don't know why they went with Micarta. I guess if they went with brass, it probably would have been, I mean, it's heavy already. It probably would have been way too heavy. But action is actually really well. It's running on ball bearings, so you know, it's got good action. The drop, it's not too drop shutty. I mean, it's smooth. It definitely is smooth, but it takes a couple shakes. Now you can, or at least I could, maybe this finger. There you go. You can flick it pretty decently. At least right-handed you can, because of this coating. So it's pretty nice, and it's basically, I'd say, just about a full flat grind, because you can see this little part there, but it stops right here. So you pretty much, you know, for probably not the whole thing, but you know, but it's nice. It's got this weird kind of choil thing going on here, but it's actually comfortable. You can choke up there and get in. This is a pass-around knife. Shout out to the Apex pass-around group. I don't know. I'm guessing this has been sharpened, but it stropped up really nice. It was, I wouldn't say dull, but it could have used a little stropping, I guess you call it. And I stropped it up a couple passes, and this thing is freaking wicked. Like, I'm actually, I mean, I know QSP does some really good 14C, so I wasn't, surprised with that, but it's pretty thin behind the edge. We'll say that, definitely. So that's the is it the I think it's the Osprey. There we go. Yep, it's the Osprey or Odyssey. I don't know. Now it's gonna bug me, so I will find out. Give me uno momento. Do 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 Doot 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 doot. Yep, I was right the second time. It's the QSP Osprey. So, yeah. Osprey. Osprey. Yeah, I like it. I think I would like it a lot more if it wasn't in this brass configuration. It does have steel liners, so it's a liner lock and with steel. So obviously, it's gonna be. You could chuck this at somebody. You wouldn't even need the knife. You could just literally chuck it. Like it's probably 7 ounces, if not more, which is crazy. Think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna put that one up here. So then we got this little guy. This is the Best-Tech Caviso exclusive. This is called the Bandit. This is a pretty sweet little knife, little Tonto. I mean, it's pretty small. It's not baby Banter small. Let's put these up here, get them out of the way, kind of. Yeah, it's not like extremely small, but it's like 6.5. With yeah, almost 2 1/4 or 2 3/4 almost, just a little bit shy of that. Bad with fractions, so we'll just leave it at that. But the action on this thing is freaking wicked. I mean, it's solid as a rock, but like, look at that. Look at this drop. Thing just freaking drops, man. Like, that thing is sick. And it does flick. I mean, sitting like this, the hole looks a little small. It looks even smaller this side because this is cut away this side a little bit more than the lock side. But you can get under there and flick it pretty good. And then if you get your finger out of the way of the lock bar, which is not too hard, boo, that thing drops. Lefties, even easier of a time. What is going on with this? Sorry guys, hold on. Let me see if I can lock. Maybe will that help? That might help. It is just sorry, my white balance is going nuts or something. Yeah, this thing, especially left-handed, you can literally get your nail in there. Kind of. Yeah, a little bit. But I just use the meat of my finger on here, like that. And it comes barreling out of there. Now, it doesn't, I mean, it's got a decent, yeah, it's got a good detent. Never mind. I guess just going like this, it kind of feels like it doesn't, but it really actually does. Feeling it like this, like the flipper's just as good. I recommend this. I showed this to one of my buddies, and he's kind of getting into knives, He doesn't have any like higher end, but he's he keeps on missing out. Like he wanted where is it? If I can find it. Oh, here it is. He wanted to get one of these, the Asher Spiro with hole, I guess. Should be a better name for that, but that's what it's called, I guess. The Asher Spiro with the hole. He literally loved this thing, which I don't know. I might end up, either selling it to him or giving it to him or something. That's how he got into it. I gave him a couple knives, and he started liking it. Bought a couple off me, but he seen this and was like, where do I buy it? And I mean, it's a budget knife. I think it's around the $50 mark, $60 mark. It has N690 on the steel, which, I don't know, a lot of people I hear bitch about N690, but I've never had a problem with it, personally. I mean, I don't do no heavy, crazy, work with my knives to where I need to sharpen them like all crazy, so I just drop them a lot and use one of those white, like, not the stropping, but the really fine ceramic stones. I use a couple of them, a couple different ones of those, and that's really all I need, unless it's really fucked up, which, normally I won't do, but then I'll just get somebody else. But this thing, this is another pass around. Actually, all these are pass around from the Apex group, the ones that I have here. This needed some stropping too, but once I stropped it, and I think I did one or two passes on the ceramic stone, and oh my god, I mean, it's buttery sharp. It's nice. Catches the nail real good. Yeah. Now the Tonto, it's kind of like a strange, Tonto, because there's another knife that just came out with this, I forget, or coming out. It doesn't have, dual grinds or anything like that. It just kind of has that, that kind of look, that Apex or whatever, where it comes down. Let me see if I can get this in. Comes down and then shoots over. But this is good. I like this because it has a belly. It actually has a good enough belly, which... that's I like. I don't know, I just thought about it because I do like knives with bellies, but when it comes to a one of these, a Tonto, I like it with, I'm not a big fan of when they're straight. But I like Warncliffes and Sheepsfoot and stuff like that only have straight blades. So I don't know. I guess everybody has their different preferences, but my favorite blade shape is definitely a Warncliffe or a Sheepsfoot. I personally think a Clippoint is sexy as hell. Not too much. I mean, there's some uses for it, but my everyday stuff and a lot of EDC stuff, sorry, God, there's, I think, a lot more uses for one of these, because you got that second kind of point, but even then, I think a Sheepsfoot or even a spear point, because it's kind of in line with the pivot, Sorry if you hear that car alarm going off. I don't know whose car that is, but hope it's not mine. But bear with me. Hopefully you guys don't hear it that much. But it's good. The Micarta, I didn't even touch on that. Micarta is actually pretty decent for a good budget. It is a little on the thick side, but I think it actually feels better in the hand because of it being a little thicker. Because if you could see, the scales themselves are a little thicker, so it adds a little more meat to it. So you can get a good grip on it, even for being such a small. I can get. Let me phrase that. I can get a 4-finger grip without this. With this, it just turns it into a complete 4-finger. This, it's kind of cramped, you know, a little bit, but I mean, I would live right here anyway, or, you know, be doing one of these, you know what I mean? So, it's a good knife. You know, it's liner lock. It's almost like a frame lock with, just liners over it. It's got pretty thick, liners, which I like. They are milled out, but I think that adds to the smoothness and the feel of this knife, because most things have like flimsy liners nowadays, a lot of them, and they just don't feel as beefy. Like, they don't feel, not even beefy, they just don't feel as secure, I guess. But also, it seems when it has a good enough, a good thickness to the lock bar, like just right, it can still have a good detent, but at the same time, it can let it drop, because I feel like it doesn't need to be bent as much to have that pressure on it. You know what I mean? So, it's strong enough to where it's gonna not give all that much when you're, you know, when the detent ball is you know, having that pressure put on it. It's not gonna push out as easy as it would, you know, with the other ones. So that is my theory. It's probably whack, but that is my theory, which I think it's a pretty reasonable theory. But and then again, I don't think it should be like crazy freaking, you know, like crazy thick. But I think a lot of the ones, let me see, even these have pretty thin liners. Now, it would just be crazy to have thicker liners on this because of the weight, but you know, I do think a lot of budget stuff could have better action and just better feel of the overall knife if they have just like a few millimeters thicker of liners in it. But that's me. It's not everybody. But yeah, go check this out. I'm rambling too much. Go check it out. It is the Best-Tech Bandit. It is a Caviso exclusive. If you go on Caviso.com, I will link them in the description. You can also get them at Amazon. I've seen them on there. They're not always 100%. Like, I guess they come and go, but I've seen them multiple times, just so you know. So, if this goes out before, what is it, Prime Day, I forget, the 14th or something like that, if it goes out before then, or on that day, and you watch this, I'd go check Amazon, because, you know, Prime Day, they do a good amount of deals on everything, so including knives. So I would go check it out. I've gotten some pretty good deals a few years, and I've heard a lot of people getting some really good deals on some Spydercos and other stuff like that. So you know, I'd go check it out. But yeah, that's the Bandit, the Best-Tech Bandit. Did I say QSP before? I don't know. It's the Best-Tech Bandit, okay? Then, or no, you know what? We'll save that for later, for the last one. We got the Civivi Baby Banter. This is the Baby Banter. This is a great little knife. It really is. It's definitely my favorite tiny knife, favorite tiny budget knife, that's for sure. This thing is so small, but it just kind of, it doesn't really fit the small. Like, it's like kind of blows your mind, because I've talked to people that have gigantic hands. Now I just have kind of fat fingers and fat hands, so But mine's kind of like a medium-sized hand, in between small and medium, but they're thick fingers. I got sausage fingers, so I'm more like a medium, but I know people that have gigantic freaking hands and 6 foot something, huge, and they could fit this like this. They could carry this on as a daily because they fit comfortably in it, like no other. The action on it, I've handled a few of them, and this is a pass around one, so it probably needs to be cleaned out, but even this one still has some good action. It's just for a little budget knife, I gotta say. Ben Peterson over there at NAF, he killed it on this one. I have not personally owned a Banter, like the regular one. I have owned a baby Banter. I think I gave it away or I sold it. I forget. I think I sold it in a big knife sale. Someone bought like a whole lot of a good portion of my budget a while ago. So I think it was in that. But it's nice. And they got titanium, thumb studs and stuff like that. I think the screws and everything, the hardware is titanium as well. The pocket clip, I don't think it is. But it's got steel liner. Has it got a both liners? No, it's just one side. So it's just a steel liner on here. It's nice and light. It's a perfect, fifth pocket carry. It's a perfect everyday carry. It's a perfect, if you need something small and you don't want to carry something big, when you pull this out, someone's not going to be like, "Ooh, what is that? Oh my God, it's huge." He's going to kill everybody. It's not going to be like that. So, yeah, I gotta give it up to him. This is a home run. I know he's coming out with another knife. It's similar looking to like the Dozer, or I think I heard someone say the Ontario Rat too, sort of. But it's everybody it just, something's gonna look like something else, when someone looks at something, something else is gonna pop in their face. Just like when we see people, we always say, "Oh, you look familiar." Well, yeah, they look familiar because you're thinking of another person, and they might have a feature or two that reminds you of somebody else, but it's 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be that same, anywhere close to that same person. So, it's kind of funny how the mind works, but yeah, Baby Banter, go check it out. It's kind of in the, I think like the 50, 60 range. You definitely can find it, I think like 45, 40, on sale. I've seen it. So, but I'm pretty sure you can still get them at Ben's website. If you go on, I think it's naf.com. I'm not 100% sure. I'll try to link it in the bottom. It probably will take me a day after I upload it to put the links in. I'm lazy and I'm working like crazy recently, so bear with me on that. I'm horrible at it as it is, so, but I promise I will put up links. But you're better off just getting it from him. You're supporting him, the designer, goes straight into his pocket. Obviously, he's got to pay for other stuff, but it is, helping him out. So I know some people that can front flip this. I cannot. I know some people that can. I don't know. The jimping doesn't go up far enough for me, so. But if the jimping was up far enough, you can definitely flick this. Like, you know, yeah, you could definitely do it. But I guess if you got in here, and you could do it, but it's gonna just hurt. I'm not doing it, so. But yeah, it's a good little knife. I recommend this 150%. Then, we have this one. This, I was kind of surprised at. This is QSB Hawk. It's been around for a while. This is actually, I guess it's exclusive, I don't know, or just a special edition. It is obviously has that copper, infused carbon fiber, where it's like, you know, actual, copper, like, you know, but the blade is actually S35 VN, which is definitely not normal. Normally it's 14C 28N, but I was surprised at how good this knife is, honestly. I've been sleeping on it for a while. It makes me want to go out and get even at least a regular Hawk, because it's not like everything's going to be the same. It's just not going to be the same steel, or, you know, I mean, I guess I could get carbon fiber scales, but the liners are the same as the 14C ones. It's all stainless steel liners, and they are not milled out. Wow, I just noticed that. It does feel nice and sturdy, which that could probably be why, but it's nice. It's freaking slicey. It definitely is. And it's sharp as hell. Which this is a pass around too, and it's been passed around quite a good amount of people. So, and it doesn't really look sharpened. Looks like it's just been, the edge has been maintained with sharpening and stuff like that, and maybe on a ceramic stone. I personally didn't have to do anything to it, and it still is wicked sharp. Yeah, no rolls or anything. So on the edge. So they definitely did some good heat treat on this. You know, and this freaking action is so buttery smooth. Like, it's not drop shutty, but I don't know what it is. It's just like, it almost feels frictionless. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. It's hard to explain. I mean, if you're a knife guy, you probably understand what I'm talking about, but it's so smooth. Like, even with just a couple shakes, it's one good shake. It's just, I just like it. I'm definitely gonna get one for sure. But I've been getting into a lot of thumb studs recently, a lot. Like, I just Klarned, or was it Klarned? One of those, Sizzle, Klarna, whatever. I think it was Sizzle. The new, the one that everybody's going around with, the Maverick S. I can't wait. It's coming tomorrow. I cannot wait. I've heard so much good things. I mean, it's only the Micarta with the Zerk, which will be my first time with having anything Zerk, which I'm pretty hyped up about that. I'm gonna bougie ass Zerk, even though there's way more bougie ones out there. The one Kev has, the E9 exclusive, that thing is just a beast. That thing is sexy. Which, you know, I did get to try that out at Blade Show, and I fell in love with that knife. And I did handle the titanium frame lock version of that as well as the same one that Kev has, which is the E-knife fat carbon camo carbon or camo fat carbon liner lock. And then I also, tried the regular frame lock, which I think was from Knife Joy or something. One of the other ones. And I'm more of a frame lock kind of guy normally, but I got to give it to that liner lock was sexy. So I had to get a Micarta one. Things just fell into place. And then I also have one of those, I think it's not bird blades, but I'm not going to be able to think of the guy's name. It's one of those crazy, pointy knives that just came out. Yeah, it's no big deal. I'm getting off topic, but I have one of them coming as well, but back to the Hawk. This thing is, it's good. Now, I did notice it came without a screw, which, come to think of it, the screw that it's not in is actually the stud, which I guess it's missing a screw for some reason, but yeah, there might be one in the box, I'm not sure. But hey, it's not making a difference, that's for sure. If it's making a difference, it's making it better, because this thing is insane. Unless it can get better, that would be awesome. But it's definitely got a good pocket clip. It's steel, it's shiny, even the liners are shiny, which I'm not a big fan of shiny liners, but that could also add to, that could be fixed even. You could get somebody to throw them into a tumbler or tumble them yourself, with a coffee can and some cheap media from the fish store or something, or, rocks or whatever from the fish store, gardening store, or whatever. But yeah, I was really shocked with this, and this carbon fiber is actually, I'm digging it. I really am, which I'm actually excited because the one that Kevin has this, which is on his Devo Knives stout. He had a version of his stout on pre-order. He had these, and I ordered one. So this is the first time I'm feeling it, because he got them OEM'd from QSP. So he was able to have that as an option, and I was a little standoffish. I was like, should I get the regular Micarta or one of the Micartas and, play it safe? And I was like, you know what? I normally just go play it safe and get the Micarta, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it. I'm going to try it. And I can't wait, because this is actually really nice. It's not too slippery, but it feels smooth, and not grippy, not slippery at the same time. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. The clip could be better. If it had a milled pocket clip, this thing would be 10 times better. It really would. It'd be 10 times better. But a lot of knives, if they had a milled pocket clip, would be 10 times better. Even if it was a stainless steel milled pocket clip, I really couldn't care less. It would still be better, because obviously holding it, it is a hot spot. You do feel it, no matter, especially if your back, pull back on it. But there is this sort of weird choil where it has jimping on the bottom end of the flipper tab, which is, I always thought was weird, and that's kind of why I passed, I never, handled one, was because if you look at it, there's jimping here, but it's going downwards, so you can't, go like this and do that, but there is some jimping on the top to do that, but it's for it's for that. It's for your finger down here, which is pretty ingenious, and it works. It does work. If you hold like right here, you're freaking locked. That's locked in right there. You know, I mean, you're not gonna sit there all day with it, but to get some work done, yeah, you definitely got control over it. So, but they did a good job, QSB. They always do. So I like that. Yeah. Enough of me babbling. It's been a half hour. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I know most of you have probably not watched the whole video, but if you have, thank you. I love you, and I'll catch you later. Alright, peace out.